And we're back. Day 64, I think, of the winter cut. 255 this morning, which after Cole making me eat donuts with him last night, pretty freaking okay with. And if you guys watched yesterday's vlog, yesterday was supposed to be main squat day, but I treated it like my main bench because I felt like balls. Still kind of feel like balls today, but we are training lower body. Ty is 3 weeks out from his meet, so he is going to run a comp squat, and I'm going to start warming up and see if I can get my shoulders to feel like they want to get under a squat bar without taking 45 minutes, because I want to get under the squat bar, but if they don't open up, got the transformer bar over there in the background that'll probably just put on an easy setting and get some rep work in if I do feel like balls. And part of me wants to show kind of somewhat of what I'm doing for the shoulder prep, but the other part wants to acknowledge that having a little bit of food the last couple of days, we're filling out nice. But they got a pair of gymnastics rings here, so I basically just want to lean forward, keep my ribs down, push into some shoulder ER, push myself up out a bit, and try to get a little bit further as we go. And this is one of the best, like, short on time, get under squat bar primers that I have been able to find. Also try to keep my head packed as I'm doing this as well. Probably gonna spin around and stop recording because my head's hitting the mirror. Yeah, that's working a little bit better stretch range wise with my face not kissing my reflection. And another thing I like to do is just kind of like overhead press in and out of this position. If you don't got gymnastics rings, you can put like a broomstick or dowel against a power rack and do slide the rack behind the neck presses, and that also works really well for opening this kind of stuff up. And what's actually funny is, like, yesterday I ran the shoulder rotation prep at the end of the vlog and thought things were feeling pretty good. But then, like, this morning when I woke up, like, it's my pecs that are just absolutely mangled from all of the pec flying work. So yeah, we'll spend a little more time here. Actually warmed up easier than I thought I would. So as of this very second, I think we're going to be able to make the squat bar work. Still, like, unsure if I actually feel good or if I'm only tricking myself into thinking that I feel good because it's not like single digit Celsius inside of the gym right now. I really don't want to go back to Canada tonight. And I think the true test of whether or not I'm going to be able to run the squat bar today is how difficult it is to set up and not be crooked right off the hop. Because when shit is shitty, I usually end up pretty freaking pushed away from that arthritic shoulder side.
You gotta go to the right.
Okay. Good?
Yeah.
Sick. Felt way freaking better than I was expecting it to this morning, so we'll run it. Just double check the lineup again. Probably need it like every set just to make sure I'm not fucking up. Okay. Good. Harder abs. Yeah, down there, down there. Fill it up, fill it up. Push it in my finger. There you go. There you go. Feel better?
Yeah.
Good. Sick. And I have no idea what my plan is today, but Ty is 3 weeks out from his last meet, running the Team Activate team program, and so he's taking his last like big squat push today. So I think that I'm gonna just try to match whatever Ty does, and hopefully it doesn't feel heavy. And on that note, if you're feeling stuck in training, don't know what you need to be doing technique-wise or accessory-wise or even main program-wise, hit the link below, join the team, because I want to make you a better lifter. Yeah, lock her in there. Squat. Good. Low abs. Good. Hold. Way forward. Or we can jack you up significantly. I think I'm going to be spicy and go straight to 3. Very glad that I'm finally gaining the confidence to not have to take little jumps with the heeled shoes on. I might want to put the safeties up though, just in case something screwed up happens. We can just even use those. It's not that they have. Just go 11 probably. Actually, with your height, we'll just go 11 because it'll be for sure out of the way. And probably 5, maybe 3. Hold on. Don't move fast. Get on it. Fucking wrist touch this into the first rep. It scared me so much. Dropping them, down 1. Ty's taking his first single of the day. Let's go. Good. Yes. Hold.
I had to pull my sleeves up.
Oh.
I was like, this feels weird. And then I was
Did
like,
it just, was the middle just scaring you?
yeah, I went down and I'm like, wait, something feels off. And then I just noticed it felt fine. It just, I was like, that's not feeling right. And I was like, oh, shit.
'Cause that mid-range kind of scared me, but it was just like thinking about your sleeves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking it, I was like, what? Yeah.
I'll probably go 3 in the yellow. Fuck. Gotta remember that I'm 5'4", squatting with a guy that's 5'8" right now. I mean, not good, but good enough. 3 reds is, will be 170, 180, so 396. I'll grab pole so I can spot. And like, the thing that I'm struggling with the most in the flats right now is they feel really good groove-wise, but like I just don't have the timing, assertiveness there yet to really read out of the bottom. That makes me think that I should probably quit running the box squats on my Wednesdays and start running some free squats. Watching it back though, I think we're gonna take at least 1 more jump. Seeing the video, I know I can work on managing brace a little bit better. And Ty's going 396 for his second single of the day. If it gets more sketchy, I might shut him down considering that he is very underslept and underhydrated. Considering we've been running around for 4 days with a little cute bodybuilder boy. And taking less heavy squat in suboptimal conditions kind of always sucks in a way. But if you can make it look good in suboptimal conditions, we know it's going to be really good on meet day. Lock in tight. You're square. Big pull, big low abs. Head. Yep. Good. Less worried with that one.
Yeah, that felt like way easier than the last one without being like, oh shit, my sleeves are down, what's going on?
So, he's going to be okay. Figure I'll go 4. It's kind of like same thing for me because I know I went 4 in a white last week feeling a lot more ready than I did today. So if I can do better than last week this week while feeling like I do, we're in business. Actually remembering to drop the mono this time. I mean, 5'8" is a very average height. And what I need to figure out for this one is a little bit more like fupa scoot into the pick to lock that brace in. We'll see if I can actually do it though.
I believe you.
It's like the weirdest thing too is like bringing my stance out. It just like makes the lower ab brace feel so different.
Yeah.
So just time to figure it out. Plus the waist size changes too, making shit weird. But I got my boatload of excuses. Don't worry, guys. Lock it. Being smart for once because that felt way heavier than it should have, and kind of getting the same passy-outies that I was on last Wednesday. So yeah, not worth falling asleep and losing a bar and squishing myself. That's not fun.
No.
The last one moved well, so let's go like 413. snuck an extra 2.5 kilos on there to make it 418 because Ty doesn't know kilo math, and that 396 boogied. Tighten there. Big low abs. Lock that the fuck in. Come on, Ty. Head back. Squat. Yep. Go on. I lied to you. I loaded 418.
What'd you say?
I lied to you. I put on 418.
Ah, there you go. I figured. I was in my head. I was like, what's 396? I'm like, 10 kilograms, 1.25. I'm like, fuck it.
I mean, I think that was the right call. Do you want to go reverse band or shut it down? Yeah. Because I think like that today, you're for sure set up to hit a PR, and that's kind of why I wanted to go 418 instead of 413.
Yeah.
Just to kind of give the option. Just realized that I apparently can't do kilo math either because that was 424. So yeah, Ty's in shape to smash that 435. And the first thing I'm kind of starting to wonder is with the Pasiotes on Wednesday, I was like 99% sure that it was because of not having enough carbs pre-training, but considering how much I've eaten the last 2 days, I'm kind of starting to wonder if I'm just screwing up my brace now that I'm getting lighter, and the Pasiotes are more of a bracing thing than a food thing, so I might have to try to figure that out better moving forward. The second thing I'm wondering is I've never used an Arsenal pendulum, so I want to see how it feels. I was kind of thinking I could look at the camera so you can see my face here, but there's no way you could see my face on this thing. Oh, that might be neat. Oh, this might be neat. Gym down in Florida had like a really shitty body solid pendulum that felt good, but it was too sketchy to actually push on. So I think I might run this in place of me planning on using that ELITEFTS hack squat. With the leverage on this thing, don't want to load it up too quickly. Trying to figure out where the hell to put my feet too. Definitely need more weight on there, but one plate made me very freaking excited for Realm to get their equipment in and open for real. I think we can go at least one more 45, and we'll give the 345s a good old-fashioned crank. That might have been enough for how today feels. Also, just remember that supposed to be running good mornings as my secondary on this day, so better go and actually do them considering the squats are so lackluster. And I have been a little bit critical of Mars bar for squats before because where the bar sits, it kind of takes a lot of back out of it, definitely takes a lot of quads out of it for a squat, but what it's really good for is making things hippy, and I'm doing good mornings for hips, so might as well use it. Also, I feel like I need to point out that the gym sold the combo rack that was where the mono was when we were squatting, and then they moved the mono, so that's why I'm over here. And I ran the camber bar last week, which they do have one back there. I don't know if you can see it or not. But camber bar here is a Rogue one that's really slippery. Doesn't have any tape on it, so I don't want to drop a bar doing good mornings in a new gym. And you're fine walking in front. Don't worry about it.
Oh, no, you're good.
And leverage-wise, too, where this bar sits, it's not super duper hard. So I'll probably need more weight than this for work set, but I also don't want to be an idiot in a new gym.
Quadriceps tendonitis or patella tendonitis at all? Tore my meniscus and my MCL.
Yep. What's still bugging it?
Last year, and then I've just had crazy tendonitis. I can barely squat.
Yep. What are you doing for it?
Squat. Oh, what is it?
Like for rehab?
Did a lot of reverse sledding. I did a lot of reverse treadmill.
Yep.
I did eccentric work off a box.
Yep.
Just nothing's helping.
So I guess like a couple things, like those are all good, but they're only touching the shortened position. It probably hurts the bottom of squats, right?
Yes.
So what I'd be doing is like easy one you can ease into. I'm gonna step in front of my camera so they can see it, but it's just like kneeling down. You probably want to do it on the mat so you're not on the floor with it sore, but just trying to like sit back, ass towards heels, and just try to get low. And you can even just like chill out here like 5 minutes a day, and that'll give a little bit more length tolerance. You can start doing like squats out of this position. You can even like keep hips wedged forward. I'm top heavy, so I'm gonna fall over backwards if I do it, but that can be all good ways to put a little bit more length in.
Okay.
And then what I try to progress that towards is getting into some like long split squats where we're really trying to go for bend and trying to like scoot forward.
One?
Yeah, elevate will be a little bit easier leverage wise, but kind of the same idea. We're really trying to push into it, then squeeze out. Like that'd be kind of like the foundation for getting more flexion.
Yeah.
Might also work.
Just knee flexion that's killing it.
Yeah, you might also want to look at rotation too, because like the knee needs to rotate as well.
Yeah.
And something I like for that is like putting toes up, getting into a bit of a stretch, and then you can kind of like try to flex the lateral ankle, roll in, flex the medial side of the ankle, roll out. That'll kind of get a little hip rotation going too. So that'd be shit that I would start with.
Yeah.
And like all that stuff's so low stimulus that you can run it very often.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
and I basically just run it very often. You can load up those split squats.
I'll try it.
And we're gonna toss the belt on for this one, just so I can get a little bit extra bracing practice and hopefully not fall asleep when I'm doing it. And I think I'm probably doing the thing where because I'm getting leaner, I'm wanting to run the belt tighter because the waist is getting smaller. But because I'm getting leaner, there's less squish between me and the belt. So it might be a little bit too tight for how lean I am, or how, I don't know. I think the belt might be too tight. It's getting in the way of me expanding. So we're going to try to hold looser than around on squats and see if it feels like my brace is still solid and if I don't go lights out. Yeah, I'm an idiot, not going to sleep at all. So belt was just too tight for squats today. And on that note, I think we're gonna go for. Just got the text notification that our flight is delayed until 10:20 tonight, so yay. Means maybe I'll do some extra sets here if this feels good. Note to self, drop the mono hooks one hole for the next set. Actually, really happy about the lack of falling asleep there, because good morning is something I really liked during my multiply days, because obviously they're good for multiply squatting, but what I liked specifically about them for multiply is that they always used to make me feel very passy-outy, and if I could learn to not fall asleep on a good morning, made it, trying to catch my breath, made it much easier to not fall asleep on a multiply squat. But considering the flight news, we'll take another there. I noticed last set looking at the tape, I might have been getting too rib cage extended, so gonna try to do a better job of that and hopefully dropping the mono down helps me stay better situated through the walkout. And like what I'm trying to think about right now is trying to like push my belt behind the bar by using my abs to shove everything backwards. And if we're being nerds, I just call that posterior expansion into the brace. So sketchy. Think that was better, so let's watch the replay. Not perfect, but better, so I'm gonna go jam on some leg machines. And speaking of making things hippie, figure might as well jam out on this thing if I can figure out how to. There we go, there's the lever. After being used to the hammer strength machine at the local commercial gym, this is much different. I don't know if it's like the torso angle or like the fact the legs are a little bit straighter. Golly, that is a lot more magnus than I'm used to on one of these things, but probably going to be good for me. Just dying with so little on the stack. Figure I'll just do like 3 sets squeezy inwards, 3 sets squeezy outwards, and just blow up those adductors and abductors. And this is blowing them up. If you can't tell by my facial expressions how immense the pumpage is. Whew. Scoot it down a little bit to see if we can make her more intense. And yeah, we achieved the mission. Oh. Getting up after that, it's like, holy, my hips feel juicy. So let's flip around and juice it up the other direction. Gonna see if I can squish it in a little bit more. There we go. This might be my favorite machine ever. I cannot get over how much harder this is. Like hammers with the machine, I gotta like pin plates to it to work, whereas I'm working with like half of the stack right now. Man, oh man. Gonna have the biggest ass in the world here shortly. Oh. Ah. Another machine that I'm going to give a solid 10 out of 10. And we're going to continue the pursuit of the biggest ass on earth with the ELITEFTS back extension thingy-mabobber. So, because we're making it glute focused, trying to keep my rib cage pulled down, keep my abs on, and then just extending hips through the pad. And doing them like this, even though I don't have loading, it is atrociously hard on the glutes. Oh. 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 Yeah. Once again, after being used to using the hammer strength version, so much nicer. I don't know if you guys can see it on camera, but having this pad here makes it super nice because I can like flex into it and contract my abs, set those abs down against this pad, and then it makes it so much easier to carry it just hip extension up to the top. And back to the segment of the vlog where I embarrass myself because we're doing Cossack squats again this week. And they feel so gross on my adductors. Might narrow the stance a little bit. Still gross, but maybe a little bit better. Nervous to try the right side now. Ooh. Yeah, that's hitting the spot. Those guys that don't know, 2 years ago squatting in a meet, I ripped off my adductor longus, adductor brevis, pectineus, gracilis, and rectus abdominis from the left side of my pelvis, and came back from that well. Like, still can squat well, obviously. Maybe not today, but in past meets I've hit some squat PR since then. But I stopped doing Cossack squats after that injury because I felt so gross. And one of my guys, Mirko, was giving me shit about not doing them, so that's why I'm bringing them back and why they look so shameful. Wasn't going to film set 2 of this bullshit, but I figure I might as well document it for the sake of accountability. And like, it still does feel so much better than last week, even if it still feels terrible, so hopefully that trend continues. Not good enough that I want to load it today, though. And the Arsenal stuff has all felt sick so far, so I figure I might as well jam it on the leg extension while I have access to it. I wish there was more loading at the bottom, though. That's the only thing I'll complain about. And just ran like 30 seconds rest because I'm chasing those sick pumps, and hopefully looking down at my legs will be less shameful in about 1,000,000 more reps. We're getting there. Definitely getting there. And then I die. Another like 30 seconds rest. I don't know why I'm saying 30 seconds because there's no clock anywhere that I can reference, but we're not taking a lot here. Oh. 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 Gonna do one more round because this thing feels very nice despite the lack of bottom end tension. Oh. Oh. Man, oh man. Gonna take a moment before I try to stand up because we're cooked. And we got the nice little lion leg curl right beside it, so repositioning the camera. And we're gonna run ourselves a very similar max pumpage kind of protocol. Not sure how much I like having the split pad so I'm hanging. Reminds me of chiropractic school and accidentally getting a table that was set up for a pregnant woman. And like, you might be thinking, Seth, you're fat, you have a big belly, that might feel good, but I still prefer the pad up here to play off of. And another little short rest period. Catch my breath, but don't want that sweet, sweet pumpage to go away. Oh. Oh. Just dying right now. Oh. 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 Yeah, mission accomplished. And we got abs next. We're going to do a quick scan around the place to see if there's something interesting we can use. After some slight deliberation, settled in on running the ELITEFTS GHR for some GHR sit-ups again, if I can figure out how to adjust it a little bit longer. Gonna try to not almost fall off the back again. Going slightly wider on the foot position as well. I don't know if you guys can tell by the shaking, but that really exposes the hip flexors. Pulled my shorts up because I hope my quads look cool. Man, couldn't see my quads at all, but sick session, sick gym, and like training at these cool spots down here is just like making me realize how insane Realm is going to be, because they're going to have everything that this place has. They're going to have everything that Dragon's Lair had, and they're going to have a whole bunch of other Panada and Arsenal and Prime and like everything cool kind of stuff. So getting very, very, very excited for that to get rolling. And like, not stoked with how the squats went today, but I think maybe I did kind of figure out some stuff that I do need to be more aware of with my brace. There's a guy over there really grunting, distracting me, so I kind of lost my train of thought. But I don't love the whole falling asleep feeling, and I think like maybe if I do run the belt that little bit looser like I did in the good mornings, maybe we're gonna be able to figure that out, and that's what I'm at least hopeful of. And I think like right now, other than Realm opening, I'm just excited to get back home, get back on the routine, because like this wasn't really a vacation because I'm still doing all of the work that I normally do, plus have run Cole around. It's been a little bit hectic of a couple days, and I'm not looking forward to having to get on the plane 3 hours later now, because it was already a late flight. Now it's going to be a really late flight, so I'm not going to get into my own bed till like 3 a.m. So tomorrow might suck a little bit, but whatever, we'll deal with it. And right now sitting here, stoked to be in the warm weather, stoked to have gotten to have the opportunity to see Cole do as well as he did at his show, and stoked to close out this vlog. So guys, thank you so much for watching. If you do need help with your training, figuring your stuff out, figuring out accessories, figuring out technique, figuring out anything related to powerlifting training, hit the link below, join the team, because I really do want to make you a better lifter.